Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So in our last class, we just started our second chapter, units and measurement. And few of you have some doubt why the first chapter, there are a lot of things are left in that first chapter. So you don't need to be confused about it. In most of the schools, they were skip the first chapter, but here I am taking that first chapter for helpful for your competitive exam. So from the first chapter, you only need to study about the fundamental forces. Okay. And what is the definition for science, definition for physics, and only about the 4 fundamental forces and 3 or 4 characteristics about them. That's all. It will be helpful for your competitive. If you are preparing for your entrance exam or competitive exams, it will be helpful for you. And then we are discussing about the units and measurement in our last class. We just introduced what you mean by unit, what is the definition for unit, and what you mean by physical quantities, and what are the classification of physical quantities, right? I think only this much topic that we are covered in our last class. Yes? Okay. So first of all, we can recapitulate all these points once again. After that, we can move to the next topic. Are you ready? Okay, all right. So then, Devika Girish,
Yes, ma'am.
can you define unit? What do you mean by unit?
Unit is an internationally accepted standard for measuring physical quantities.
Yes, it is an internationally accepted standard reference to measure a physical quantity. Good. Then Gaya,
Yes, ma'am.
what do you mean by physical quantity then?
Quantities that we can measure. Like
The quantity that we can measure is known as physical quantity. Very good. Can you say some examples for physical quantities?
time, temperature,
Time, temperature,
length.
length. Okay, good. Jewel, how the physical quantities are classified?
This classified into fundamental quantity and derived quantity.
Very good. They are classified into fundamental quantities and derived quantities. Then can you explain what you mean by fundamental quantities?
These are quantities which cannot be converted into smaller units.
Yes, smaller terms. We cannot, further division is not possible. By the term fundamental quantities, they are basic quantities, and the further division of such quantities are not possible. We cannot divide mass into much smaller terms. We can express it in terms of mass itself, or length as length itself, distance as distance itself, or time as time itself. So these are examples for the fundamental quantities. Then Emmeline, what do you mean by derived quantities? Emmeline Ginu.
The quantity which is derived from the fundamental units.
Fundamental units or fundamental quantities?
Quantities.
Okay.
Fundamental quantities.
Okay, very good. The quantities that derived from the fundamental quantities are known as derived quantities. Then can you say some examples for derived quantities?
Velocity.
Velocity. Two more.
Distance.
Does distance is a derived quantity?
Then
No. Distance is a fundamental
force.
quantity.
Force.
Okay, force. Good. Then one more. Okay, it's enough. Agna, can you say one example for derived quantities? Agna Stancy. I think Aman is ready to say the answer, right? Aman, can you say one example for derived quantity?
Ma'am, I don't know. I was absent in another class.
Last class. Okay, all right. Rose.
Yes, ma'am. Force,
Yes, force and velocity. One more.
acceleration.
Acceleration. All right. So students, that is what we are discussing in our last class about the physical quantities, and the physical quantities are classified into two. One is fundamental quantity and other is derived quantities. By this term fundamental quantities, we mean that these are the basic quantities and they cannot be converted into simpler forms. or a further division is not possible in the case of a fundamental quantities. Okay. So once again, we can go through this fundamental quantities in detail. Because in physics, we have only 7 fundamental quantities are there. In physics, we have only 7 fundamental quantities are there. That is what is we are going to discuss today. Okay. So once again, we can discuss about the fundamental quantities. In physics, we have only 7 fundamental quantities or 7 basic quantities. They are length. The first one is length, mass. Third one, time, length, mass, time, temperature, amount of substance. The fifth one, amount of substance. Sixth one, luminous intensity. Luminous intensity. And the last one, the seventh one is electric current. So in physics, we have only the 7 fundamental quantities are there. What are they? Length, mass, time, temperature, amount of substance, luminous intensity, and electric current. So out of these 7 fundamental quantities, I hope that you are familiar with the term length, mass, time, temperature, right? And also about amount of substance. Sometimes you may have heard this term in chemistry, amount of substance. Okay. What do you mean by luminous intensity? Are you familiar with this term, luminous intensity? The luminous intensity means it is the amount of light rays that is directed from a point source. So what do you mean by luminous intensity? You don't need to study the definition. I am just introducing this term luminous intensity. It is the amount of light ray that directed from a point source. That is what is meant by luminous intensity. And the electric current is also familiar to you. You are already studied about the electric current in your last class. That is in your 10th grade. Okay. So these are the fundamental quantities of the physics. We have only 7 fundamental quantities. They are length, mass, time, temperature, amount of substance, luminous intensity, and electric current. Now students, once again, we are going through the topic unit. Okay, the very beginning of the class, we are discussing about the unit. And what is the definition for unit? Nehal, can you say the definition of unit? Nehal Shaju. Definition for unit. What is unit? Unmute and say, I can hear. Ah, yes, unmute it. I think some audio problem. Yes. Yes, it is an internationally accepted reference standard to measure a physical quantity is known as unit. That is what is we are discussed in our first class. Now, this unit are of 2 types. There are 2 types of units. If you have an idea about the physical quantities, then it is easy to study about the 2 different classification of units. Basically, the units are classified into 2. One is fundamental units. Fundamental units. And the another is, can you guess what about the next classification? If one is fundamental units, what about the other classification? It is?
Derived units.
Derived
Yes,
units.
it is derived units. Derived units. Okay. So if you have an idea about the fundamental quantities and the derived quantities, then you can yourself form a definition for this fundamental units and derived units. Okay. So I will assist you. You can form a definition for this fundamental units and derived units. What do you mean by fundamental units? First of all, we can focus on this fundamental units. By the term fundamental units, we mean that the units associated with fundamental quantities. What do you mean by fundamental units? The units associated or accompanying with the fundamental quantities are known as fundamental units. Is it simple? What do you mean by fundamental units? The units associated with the fundamental quantities are known as fundamental units. So these are the units associated with fundamental quantities. Okay. The units associated with fundamental quantities are known as fundamental units. So my next question, how many fundamental quantities are there in physics? How many fundamental quantities are there in
7.
physics? 7. Very good. What
7.
are they? What are they?
Length, mass, time, temperature, amount
Oh.
of substance, luminous intensity,
Oh.
electric current.
Okay, slowly. Length, mass, time. Fourth one,
Temperature,
temperature. Good. Then
amount of substance,
fifth one, amount of substance.
luminous intensity,
Okay, amount of substance. Then sixth one, luminous intensity. Then,
electric current.
okay, electric current. Very good. So we know that we have 7 fundamental quantities are there in physics. And the unit associated with these 7 fundamental quantities are known as what? The unit associated with this 7 fundamental quantities are known as?
Fundamental units.
Very good. They are known as fundamental units. So now we can write the corresponding units of this fundamental quantities. Can you guess what is the unit of length? What is the unit of length?
Meter.
Meter. Then what about our mass? Unit of mass. How we are express the mass? In which term?
Kilogram.
Kilogram. Kilogram. What about time?
Seconds.
Seconds. Good. Unit of temperature.
Kelvin.
Yes. There are a lot of units are there for temperature. We can measure it in terms of Fahrenheit scale, Celsius scale, or Kelvin scale. But the unit of temperature in standard or SI unit is Kelvin. We will study about the SI unit later. So the unit of temperature is Kelvin. Then how we are measure the amount of substance? Sometimes you may have heard about in chemistry. How we are measuring the amount of substance?
Mole.
Yes, very good. It is measured in terms of mole. What about luminous intensity? I know this is a new term. The luminous intensity is measured in terms of candela. Candela. And the last one, electric current. What is the unit of current? Yes.
Ampere.
Ampere. Very good. Ampere. So students, we know that unit is an internationally accepted reference standard to measure a physical quantity. And here we make a classification for this unit. They are mainly classified into two. One is fundamental unit and other is derived unit. What do you mean by fundamental units? The unit associated with fundamental quantities are known as fundamental units. And we know that we have 7 fundamental quantities are there. They are length, mass, time, temperature, amount of substance, luminous intensity, and electric current. The unit corresponding to these 7 fundamental quantities are known as fundamental unit. Is it clear? So I will show the slide of this fundamental quantities once again. Okay. So here we have 7 fundamental quantities are there. They are length, mass, time, temperature, electric current, luminous intensity, and amount of substance. The unit of length is meter, mass kilogram, time second, temperature Kelvin, electric current ampere, luminous intensity candela, and amount of substance is mole. And we can express the unit in terms of some symbols. Normally we are using the symbols to represent the unit. Meter is expressed in terms of small letter m. Similarly, kilogram, how we can express this kilogram? Kg. Okay. And the second is expressed in terms of small letter s. Kelvin can be expressed in terms of K. Electric current ampere, it is represented by capital letter A. Luminous intensity candela is represented by CD. And amount of substance mole, MOLE, is the SI unit of amount of substance, but it is represented by the symbol of MOL. We are not used to write this small e here when we are representing it in terms of symbol. Is it clear? So these are the 7 fundamental quantities and their corresponding fundamental units. Clear? So my next question. Now I hope that you can form a definition for derived units. Who is ready to form a definition for derived units? John Joss, can you form a definition for derived units?
Derived units are the units associated with derived quantities.
Very good. That is the definition. So what do you mean by derived units? The units associated with derived quantities. Units associated with derived quantities are known as derived units. The units associated with derived quantities are known as derived units. Then you just try to form an example for derived units. All the other units except that of the fundamental units are come under the category of derived units. We have only 7 fundamental units are there, and all the other units are come under the category of this derived units. So can you say some examples for derived units? Pooja, try to say one example for derived units. In order to make an example for derived unit, it is better to remember about a derived quantity. Then you can yourself form an example for derived. Yes, force. We know that force is a derived quantity. What is the equation for calculating the force? Mass into acceleration, MA. So what about the unit of this force? What is the unit of mass?
Meter per second.
Mass, unit of mass.
Kilogram.
Yes, the unit of mass is kilogram. What about the unit of acceleration? Unit of acceleration.
Meter per second.
Square, meter per second square. So what is the unit of force? The unit of force is kilogram meter per second square. So this is a derived unit. Okay. We know that derived quantities are the combination of 2 or more fundamental quantities. So here force is a combination of mass and acceleration. And the unit of force is kilogram meter per second square. it is a derived unit. Okay, the unit associated with the derived quantities are known as derived unit. Similarly, what about area? How we can calculate the area? Area is equal to length into breadth, right? What is the unit of length? Unit of length. Here, two fundamental quantities are combined together and forms a derived quantity, area. Area is a derived quantity. What is the unit of length? Meter. What about the unit of breadth? Again, meter. So the unit of area is meter square. It's a derived quantity or it's a derived unit. Area is a derived quantity. Why the area is a derived quantity? Here, the two fundamental quantities are combined. One length and another length combined together and forms the area. So the combination of two or more fundamental quantities are known as derived quantities. So area is a derived quantity and the corresponding unit, meter square, is a derived unit. Similarly, what about in the case of volume? What is volume? How we can calculate the volume? Length into breadth into height. What is the unit of volume then?
Meter cube.
Meter cube. Good. So it's a derived unit. Is it clear? So here we have two classification for the unit. One is fundamental unit and other is the derived unit. The unit associated with the fundamental quantities are known as fundamental units and the unit associated with the derived quantities are known as derived units. In physics, we have 7 fundamental quantities are there. So corresponding to the 7 fundamental quantities, we have 7 fundamental units are there. And all the other units are come under the category of derived units. Is it clear? Okay. Now, we can discuss one more topic based on this unit, that is systems of unit. Next heading, systems of unit. Systems of unit. In physics, we have 4 systems of unit. We have 4 systems of unit. The first one is FPS system. So these systems of units are used in earlier days. The first system of unit is FPS system. By this term FPS, we mean that foot, pound, second system. Foot, pound, second system. So in earlier days, the foot is used to express the length. The measurement of length is expressed in terms of foot. And the pound is used to express mass of an object. And the second is used to express the time. So the FPS system of unit are used in earlier days. Later, another system of unit is introduced, that is CGS system. CGS system. So in earlier days, the first unit system used here is FPS system, foot, pound, second system. F for foot, in order to express the length of an object. P for pound, to measure the mass of an object. And the S for second, to express the time. Later, another system of unit introduced here, that is CGS system. Here C stands for centimeter. Centimeter. And G stands for gram. Gram is used to express the mass of an object. And S stands for second. The same. This is the CGS system, centimeter, gram, second system. Again, another system of unit is introduced here, that is known as MKS system. MKS system. Can you make an abbreviation for this term, MKS? What about M?
Meter.
Yes, very good. It is meter. Meter. K for kilogram. Yes, kilogram. And
Second.
S for
Seconds.
second. And almost all over the world, the third system is usually follows MKS system. Meter is used to express the length, kilogram is used to express the mass, and second is used to express the time. Even though hereafter one more system of unit is introduced in physics, that system of unit is used nowadays, and that system is known as SI system of unit. Have you heard about this term, SI system? I think in almost all the classes, after the definition or after studying a physical quantities, the teachers are introduced the SI system of that physical quantity. What do you mean by this SI system? What is the full form of SI? System of International Unit. System of International Unit. System of International Unit. That is what is meant by SI unit. So in physics, we have 4 systems of unit: FPS system, CGS system, MKS system, and SI system. This FPS system is used in earlier days. That is the foot pound system. The length expressed in terms of foot, mass expressed in terms of pound, and time in terms of second. Later, the second system introduced, that is CGS system, centimeter, gram, second system. After that, another system is introduced here, that is MKS system, meter, kilogram, and second system. After that, the fourth system of unit that we are used or follows nowadays, that is known as System of International Unit. Now I will share the history of the introduction of this System of International Unit. Okay, actually the System of International Unit is a globally accepted system of unit. So what was happened that in earlier days, whenever the pupils are traveling from one place to another place, for example, if they are traveling from Kerala to Britain or Kerala to Hong Kong to any other country, from India to Hong Kong, any other country, they face a difficulty in dealing with or they face in communication. They face a difficulty in communicating regarding the units. For example, if they want to buy something from the markets, if we traveling to Britain and we want to buy some amount of rice or some amount of anything from that market, we are communicate in terms of gram or kilogram. But in Britain, they are used to express in terms of pounds. They are express the mass in terms of pounds. So the people found a difficulty in communication regarding the unit. So what happened? The scientists all over the world decided to invent a system of unit that is worldwide accepted. So that system of unit is known as SI system. Okay. So we know that for length, what are the different units we are used for length? What are the different units of length? Yes. What are the different units that we are used to denote the length? Millimeter,
Meter, centimeter,
millimeter, centimeter, meter, kilometer. So there are a lot of units are there for expressing this length. But according to System of International Unit, we are used to express the length in terms of meter. Okay. That is why whenever we are doing the numerical problems, we are used to convert the given parameter in terms of meter by multiplying it with the 10 raised to minus 2 and all. If it is given in millimeter, we are used to convert it into meter. Or if it is given in kilometer, we are used to convert it into meter. Because Meter is the standard unit of length. Okay, it is the SI unit of length. So this is what is about the history of the unit, SI system of unit. So in physics, we have 4 systems of unit. What are they? Nimida, what are the 4 systems of unit in physics?
There's CGS, FPS, MKS, and SI.
MKS and SI system. And nowadays, which system of unit that is followed by us?
SI.
Eva SI system. Okay, all right. Now we can see what are the characteristics of a unit. What are the characteristics of a unit? Right, the next heading, characteristics of a unit. We know that almost all the physical quantities are expressed in terms of its unit. So now we can study what are the characteristics of unit. The first characteristic, the unit must be well defined. It should be well defined. Second characteristic, suitable size. It is not represented in terms of a word or sentence. We are expressed in small terms. Candela, CD, time in seconds, mass in kilogram. So just like that, the unit should be must have a suitable size. The third one, it should be reproducible. Should be reproducible. The next one, the unit must be invariable. For a particular physical quantity, the unit is invariable. It is not varied. It's a constant. It is invariable. Next one, the unit should be indestructible. It should be indestructible. And the last but the most important characteristic of a unit, it should be internationally acceptable. The unit should be internationally acceptable. So these are the different characteristics of a unit. The unit should be well defined. It should have a suitable size. It should be reproducible. It must be invariable. It must be indestructible. And a unit must be internationally acceptable. These are the different characteristics of a unit. So with this, almost all the topics of unit are over. Okay, can I change the slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And here we study about 7 fundamental quantities or 7 fundamental units are there. In addition with this 7 fundamental units, we have 2 supplementary units are there. In addition with 7 fundamental units, we have 2 supplementary units. One is radian. It is used to measure the plane angle. So the 2 supplementary units are there. One is radian, and this radian is used to measure the plane angle. And the next supplementary unit is steradian. The next supplementary unit is steradian. It is used to measure the solid angle. So in addition to this 7 fundamental quantities, we have 2 supplementary units are there. One is radian and the next one is steradian. You just try to understand about these 2 supplementary units, radian and steradian. Radian is used to measure the plane angles and steradian is used to measure the solid angle. Okay. So we almost discussed about FPS system, CGS system. FPS means food pound system of unit. It was introduced in Britain. So it is also known as British system of unit. You don't need to study about the history behind this FPS system and all. Try to understand what is FPS system. It is the food pound system. CGS system, centimeter, gram, second system. It is introduced in France. Then MK system, it is also introduced in France, that is meter, kilogram, second system. And the last one is SI system, that is the system of international unit or international system of unit. They are known as SI system. And nowadays we are used to follow this SI system of units. Okay. So the title of this chapter is Units and Measurement, and we discuss all about the units. So unit is nothing, it is the internationally accepted reference standard that is used to measure a physical quantity. So can we conduct a rapid fire round now? Are you ready? Okay, I want the tic-tac answers. So what is the classification of units? Tom Sin, what's your good name? Tom Sinden.
Tom Sinden, ma'am.
Tom Sinden. Okay. What's the classification of unit? Tom Sinden.
Fundamental units and derived units.
Good. Abdul Hasib, fundamental quantities. Sorry, fundamental units.
Units associated with fundamental quantities.
Very good. The unit associated with fundamental quantities. Good. Next, who is next? Maril, can you say one example for fundamental unit?
Mass.
How many fundamental units are there in physics? Alan Joffrey. Alan, how many fundamental units are there in physics?
7.
7. What are they?
A meter, kilogram, second, Kelvin,
Yes.
mole, candela, ampere.
Very good. And then what do you mean by derived units? Reem Fatima?
Derived units are units associated to derived quantities.
Yes, it is associated with the derived quantities. Okay, then who is next? Faiz, can you say one example for derived units?
Force, acceleration.
Okay,
Velocity.
derived unit. I am not asking about derived quantity. Give an example for, yes.
Area.
Area, what about the unit of area?
Area, length into breadth.
Unit.
Meter square.
Meter square, it's enough. Okay, all right. The next one, Pranav. What are the systems of unit in physics? Systems of unit.
FPS system, CGS system,
Okay.
K system, and the SI system.
Wow. And list. What is FPS system stands for? FPS. Analyst CB. FPS stands for
Pound second.
food pound second. Navaneet, CGS.
Food pounds.
Okay, all right. Good. Navaneet, CGS.
Centimeter, gram, second.
Centimeter, gram, second system. Good. Sanjana, MKS. Yes, I think some audio issues are there. Tom Sebastian. Meter, kilogram, second system. Okay. In addition to this fundamental quantities, we have two supplementary quantities are there. What are they? Pooja.
Radian.
Radian and
Steradian.
steradian. And for what we are using this radian? Lakshmi.
It is used to measure a plane angle.
Used to measure a plane angle. And then what about the steradian? Samia.
It is used to measure a solid angle.
Used to measure a solid angle. Okay, all right. So students, this all about the term units. So now we want to discuss about the measurement. We can discuss about the measurement in our next class. Okay. So do you have any doubt in dealing with this term unit? Is there any doubt?
Ma'am, can you show the slide?
Which one? Which one you need?
Radian. slide.
Radian. Okay, okay. So we have two supplementary units are there. One is radian. Radian is used to measure the plane angle. Radian is used to measure the plane angle. The next one, steradian. Steradian is used to measure the solid angle. So in addition with this 7 fundamental quantities, we have 2 supplementary units are there. One is radian and another is steradian. Radian is used to measure plane angle. Steradian is used to measure the solid angles, about the solid shapes and all. Okay. Is it over?
Yes, ma'am.
With this, we can wind up this session. Okay. So thank you all. Bye and have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.